Hey guys, welcome to my weekly Smart Bike Trainers Q&A. This week I'm going to talk about the different type of trainers. This is a very common question I received and I thought I'll discuss it in one of my videos, so I'll have it out there and hopefully it will answer and help a lot of you when making a decision to purchase a trainer. The question I got was, is there an advantage to the trainers where you do not use the back wheel compared to the ones where you do remove the wheel? Basically, let me first explain the difference between the trainers that you remove the back wheel and the trainers that you do not remove the back wheel. The trainers that you remove the back wheel, these are called direct drive trainers, and the one that you keep the wheel on are wheel on. They're called wheel on trainers. And let me show you. Let me just take you around and show you the difference between these trainers. So the first one I have is the Tariq Ali. This is a direct drive trainer. So as you see, there is no back wheel, and the bike is directly attached to the trainer itself. And some direct drive trainers, you need to provide your own cassette, and the Wahoo Kicker is the only one that comes with a cassette, and they're usually compatible with a 9 to 11 speed cassette. So this is a direct drive trainer. This is the Tariq Ali, pretty good trainer if you're looking for something that is quiet and very accurate. This is the wheel on trainer. So as you see, this is where you keep the bike, and you attach the bike to the trainer, and this is the where the rear tire attaches to the roller, and the roller presses against the tire and provide the resistance. So that's the wheel on trainer. They tend to be a lot cheaper. They range in price. The higher end ones, they're around $600. Now the third type, this is not as popular, but it's actually one of my favorite. This is the Inside Ride Emotion rollers. You see the base floats, so it provides you with a better road feel, and it also comes with these look like a rollerblades wheels. When you're on it, it prevents you from and your front tire hit these wheels. It prevents your tire from falling off and falling off the rollers. These are pretty good. They're pretty if you're looking for something that gives you real road feel and fun to use. These are amazing. I've done plenty of rides on it. You can see the rust here. This one is over 5 years old. I've been riding it I've done plenty of rides. This one is also smart. Inside Ride, they added the Elite Cubo unit to provide resistance. It's compatible with Zwift. I also have a review on the site. I've reviewed it, and you can look it up on smartbiketrainers.com. So now we know the three different types of trainers. My guess is the most popular ones are the wheel on and the direct drive. So let me explain the difference between the two and the things that you want to consider when purchasing one or the other. First of all, you want to look at this. You want to look at space. Is space an issue? If space is an issue, then might be a wheel on trainer is the better option. If it's something that if after every ride you want to mount and dismount the bike, direct drive can be a little bit of a hassle, then a wheel on trainer might be a better choice. Are you comfortable? The other thing that you want to consider is how many bikes do you have? Do you have a bike that is a 10-speed bike and another bike that is an 11-speed bike? If that's the case, then a wheel on trainer might be the better option, because every time you want to attach an 11-speed bike to a 10-speed cassette, then you have to remove the cassette and put on the appropriate cassette. The other thing you want to consider is how comfortable are you removing the rear wheel and touching the chain. And if you're not very comfortable doing that, then a wheel arm trainer might be the better option. They're a lot easier to use and just attaching the bike to them. If noise is an issue, then I would recommend, for example, if you live in an apartment and you're worried about vibration, then I might look into something that is quiet. I'll look into direct drive trainers. They tend to be a lot more quiet, and they do not have the same vibration that you get with a wheel-on trainer. The other thing that you want to consider is how often are you going to remove and mount and dismount the bike. If space is an issue, some people live in a very tight space where they have to, after every ride, they have to put the bike away and put the trainer away. If that is the issue with you, then might be a wheel-on trainer is a better option for you, because they are a lot easier to store and a lot easier to mount and dismount your bike. These are the things that you want to think about and ask yourself before making a decision. Now, let's talk about the benefits of a direct drive trainer versus a wheel-on trainer. Direct drive trainer tend to be a lot more accurate. So if you do not have a power meter and you're looking for something for an accuracy, a direct drive is the better option here. The Tax Neo I showed you earlier is accurate up to plus minus 1%, and it's always spot on with my power meter. Wheel-on trainers tend to be they range between 3% to 10% or even more. And the other thing with wheel-on trainer is they require a lot more calibration. Calibration takes, basically to calibrate a trainer, you need to warm up the trainer for about 10 minutes. And then after that, you calibrate it using either trainer road or the actual, or if you're like on a Wahoo Snap, you use the Wahoo Fitness app, or trainer road, or your bike computer can do that as well. So it depends on which wheel-on trainer you have. You want to look at the calibration process and how it's done and do it. And you might want to do it before every ride to give you that accurate power measurement. Otherwise, the only wheel-on trainer that I noticed that you might be able to go a few days without calibrating is the Cyclops Magnus, because of the way the knob on the tension, the way it works, it provides the same tension against the tire every ride. So I didn't see a reason to calibrate it every time, and the power measurements were pretty consistent. Direct drive trainers, like we said, they're quieter, they can be more accurate, they provide a lot more power, and they're quicker to respond. So if you're on a Zwift and you see, or riding a real course using any other app, and you see the gradient changes, direct drive trainers tend to respond a lot faster, and they also can support much higher gradients. So if you're trying to climb 20% gradients, most of the higher end direct drive trainers support up to 25%. So these are things that make the two different. And if I have a comparison tool on the website that you can look and compare, and I'll have a link to that in the description of this video. You can select the trainers that you want to look at, and it will give you the max power each trainer gives you and the amount of gradient each trainer support. Hopefully that answered your question. Please make sure you subscribe to the video, and have a wonderful week. Happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you next week.